everybody, my name is Mary, and if this is your first time on this channel, then welcome, and if you are returning, then welcome back. This is To Inspire Vlog, and today we are here with Memorable Creations. And these are the founders, so this is Camille and Mick Francis.
We have Joe behind the camera too.
Yeah, that's the part 2 of To Inspire. And you guys also are, what is it on Facebook?
The Parentrepreneurs.
We wanted to make it very unique because a lot of entrepreneurs
are parents.
Right?
Yeah,
true.
Even though you're entrepreneur and also you're a parent, then we want to kind of like show people that, hey, if we can do it, other people can do it as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's just cool.
And it's not impossible.
What exactly is Memorable Creations?
Memorable Creations is our baby. So we founded it back in February 2017. It started out as a stationery business. So we focused more on like invitations and paper products and stuff like that. And then now, as of today, 2 years later, it's actually been our 2nd-year anniversary like a couple days ago. So it's just really exciting.
Congratulations!
Yeah, so now we're focusing on becoming the next Amazon, but for events. So what we're doing is we're partnering with other wedding vendors or event vendors. So anything from like photography, videography, DJ, photo booth, cakes, hair and makeup. That's what we're trying to expand to.
What we noticed is we kind of shifted our vision. If we wanted to expand bigger, we gotta think bigger, right?
True.
And from there, we noticed that we're like, okay, what business model are working right now? So we kind of like wrote down the business model that we know that, hey, there's a third party person that is looking over the client or the vendor or the sellers. Right? What business model that are big brands that are doing that right now, right? So that's like what we said: Amazon, Etsy, Alibaba, Uber, Skip the Dish, etc., etc. So we know that, hey, that business model works, but there's a gap in the market where it's nothing like that in the events.
So what kind of events do you guys cater to?
So we cater anything from like weddings, birthdays, graduation, even, because anything
corporation,
corporate events.
Yeah, so that's really
it's pretty wide range.
That's so true, and it does get very stressful because like me and Joe are planning our wedding right now, and it's very stressful. And I think it would make it easier to just go to one person and be like, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and then you guys being the middleman and kind of arranging that
and overseeing it too. Yeah, all of the transactions go through us, and we even have like an event planner now, so she coordinates. She'll be coordinating like all of our vendors and stuff, so that's a huge asset that we're gonna have on our side.
We're basically gonna become a marketplace, so it's basically a platform where the vendors will be able to add their products or services into the platform itself. Then from there we'll be able to see what's going on. So let's say if there was an inquiry, if the client is asking questions, then we'll be able to see those kind of questions, right? And let's say the vendor itself is not responding, then we can talk to the vendor and let them know, hey, this client is it's urgent, interested or like it's an urgent situation. Talk to the client right away, right?
It builds a lot of trust with our clients because we oversee everything. So
yeah, that's pretty awesome. Do you guys ever get scared that like a vendor won't pull through on their end? Because it's kind of risky for you guys too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like what if they don't show up or they don't get a good review? Then it kind of reflects on you guys as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why for each of our vendors we meet with them in person to make sure that it's a fit in the organization or in the company itself, because basically we're representing them and vice versa, they're representing us.
True.
And in the event that a vendor doesn't show up, at least we have multiple vendors to back them up, kind of thing.
Or something, maybe it could be emergency.
Yeah, it could be a family emergency.
It could be a legitimate circumstance. Then we have somebody that could cover that, right?
On a big day, not everything goes as planned. Like we all know that, right? So how did you guys get started in
that's a good question. Great question. I started working in a law firm, and I was working the regular 9 to 5, and then I was just basically thinking to myself, is this it? Is this all I'm going to be like expecting? And it wasn't something that I was really interested in anymore after working there for 3 years. And I'm such a creative mind and soul that I started like doing invitations for people like on the side for friends and family, and then I started like loving it so much, and that's when our friends and family was suggesting to us that we should do this full time or like just do it as a business. I left the law firm and then I pursued doing this business full time. So that's basically how it started.
And was like Francis always on board with your decision to do
Oh
that?
yeah, he's so supportive with any decision that I make, and I think that's what makes us really good as partners, business partners, is he has my back no matter what, and basically he says like, my success is your success, so no matter what, he's going to have my back for everything.
That's right. Camille and I are on the same page all the time. We want to make sure that we have the same vision, and once we have the same vision, we can coordinate to where we want to go.
That's true.
So it's kind of like I would say like kind of like a GPS for us. Like if we have a GPS and we know, hey, we're at point A and we want to go to point B, and when you have a GPS, then you can basically navigate to your destination, right? So we make sure that like every month or even every week,
we try to
we try
reevaluate.
to reevaluate and sit down to make sure that we're heading to where we want to go.
That's really good
advice.
And for it to become successful, right? Because if you guys were on different pages,
then
it
probably
wouldn't work.
And exactly.
It's great that you guys have that good connection and that teamwork, right?
And I think number one is communication. If you can have communication with your partners, then you're gonna go a long way.
But what did you guys find that was the biggest challenge with starting your own company, and what did you learn from it?
At the very beginning, there was a lot of doubt that hey, is this business going to be successful, right? Because as a startup, statistically, within the 5 years, there's how many business fail? I think it's like
9%.
90.
Is it 90%?
9 out of 10 businesses fail.
Fails. Yeah. So I mean, like that statistically is basically the odds are already against you, right? So even for us, just taking that leap of faith, then we know that hey, maybe we can make a difference from there. But just having everybody on board, even family, friends, you name it, right? You're like,
what are you doing?
Like okay, we supported you to actually do this invitation, but you actually want to quit your job, like a good paying job for this business. It's a different story.
Because you're basically like on your own. Like, it's all money from your pocket, from your own pocket. So it's scary. And I remember when I quit my job, I was in tears because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. But I think it was a really, really good decision, because if I didn't do it, I would never do it. So now I'm like focused on the business like 100%, other than school, because I'm also in school. The effort being put into it, it shows. Like it shows in our reputation. It shows in the customers, our clients who come to us saying, oh, your memorable creations, we know who you are, kind of thing, right? Like it's so rewarding.
Because remember when we get like reviews on Facebook or on Google or something like that, we would read it, because we would get a notification, right? And we would read it. We're like, oh, look at this client. This client, the actual review itself, the recommendation saying, hey, go to Memorable Creation. Camille did a really great job doing my invitation or doing my stationery. Maybe we have a bad day. We read those reviews, and basically we kind of like, okay,
picks us up again.
Basically.
Kind of motivates you
to keep going.
Let's go.
Exactly.
So which is really cool. Just seeing those reviews, because we know that hey, we
made an impact.
We made an impact, and it's we got a happy customer.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you guys ever had a bad review?
Not a bad review yet, but we have had bad experiences.
Or difficult clients.
Difficult
it was challenging,
clients.
But we made it work. We tried as much as we can to make sure that we give the best customer service to them.
We make sure like we go above and beyond, even if they were really difficult.
So one thing that we saw like a huge struggle was for pricing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was number one for us. Like when we started the business, we didn't know how to price our products. So when we had that first client, and somebody paid us, we're like, oh wow, it is gonna work. You know what I mean? Okay, somebody paid us, but how are we gonna and this was
how are we going to deliver it?
how are we going to deliver it? How are we going to execute? So this was a invitation.
So it would be like 300 or more.
Yeah. So basically it was a lot of cards, right?
Yeah.
And at the time we didn't have the right supplier.
Yeah.
And how much did we buy the printer? I think it was like
it was like $400.
$400, $500 or something like that. So eventually, what we did, because we never had experience with printing, the only experience that we had for printing was, maybe printing your homework or printing.
Like not the quality, high quality cut.
Yeah. So the issue that we had was when we were printing, maybe 20 cards would be the same. Then you print another 20 like in batch. It would be a different color.
Oh really?
Yeah. We're like,
Yeah.
what the heck? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And the other thing too is we realized that we would have to cut it as well, right?
Yeah.
And it took a long time for us to cut like each
Let's just
one,
say
'cause
it
we were
was
doing
like-
it manually.
Yeah.
You know
Let's
what I
just
mean?
say it was more than a day. And you would have never learned like the process of having to cut and how to print unless we went through that
Through that
experience, right?
experience.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, they're not gonna teach you that in a book somewhere.
No.
Right? They're not
No.
gonna. You're not gonna see that online. Like, hey, how do you print and make sure that's the same quality, right?
Yeah.
Unless you experience that.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any mentors throughout your business at all, or you kind of just built it like self-made?
Her uncle, he's a business person.
Yeah.
And I think that's the closest mentor that we have.
Mm.
When we saw how fortunate he was, and also just
able to work anytime.
anytime, and also like just the materialistic things that he had, like he has a big house, like driving the nice cars.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, so like if uncle can do it, why can't we? And basically we learned from the way he thinks, because I know like the way he thinks and the way other people think is very different, because for him and auntie, they were very supportive at the very beginning.
supportive.
At the very
Yeah.
beginning.
We do have like YouTube mentors. Like we
Yeah.
watch a lot of motivational and inspirational videos and stuff like that. We
Videos.
read a lot of books. So we technically consider those people who, our
As a
mentors.
mentors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember reading a while back on I don't know, it was your birthday or an anniversary, and Francis said keep watching Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I don't
We
know
like
how I
Shark Tank.
remember that.
When we watch like Shark Tank and Dragon's Den, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that pitch their idea, and what we notice is like, okay, this entrepreneur, didn't do too well, then what can we learn from it? So we're actually learning all the time.
What is your guys' why, and how important is it knowing your why?
Yeah. So mine is, ever since I read this book, I don't remember if it was Rich Dad, Poor Dad or Driven by Robert Herjavec, but there was something that they wrote in the book that said like you can't help people unless you're financially well off, right? Because if you're poor, how can you expect to help anyone else? Do you know what I mean? And that's what I see for myself, and our family is like a huge why, of course. Like I want to make sure our kids grow up in an environment where you don't have to necessarily go to school or like find a good job to become successful. Like you just have to be creative.
To add to that is basically it's more of an inspiration and also helping other people that are in the same situation. And like I said before, like we were in a situation where we didn't expect to have a baby in a very young age, and for us being kind of like a leader and to show that hey, if we can do it, then other parents or other people that are in the same situation can do it as well.
That's true.
Our why is definitely family for sure, and also giving back to the community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's awesome. Yeah, because you see like younger parents, like they think their life is over.
Yeah,
right?
or they
Especially
get
if they're-
told.
Yeah, they get told that your life is over. You can't achieve anything now
Mhm.
because now you have a family.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
look at you guys. Like
Yeah.
you guys have a family and you're
Mhm.
making it, so
Yeah.
it is possible.
Yeah,
It is,
it
yeah.
What have been your biggest milestones of 2018, and what are your plans for 2019?
What we do in our family is we create vision boards. I don't know if you guys do that. So yeah, we create vision boards of things that we know would help us be motivated, or a goal that we want to strive to. So whether it be like a nice car or a bigger house, we would like stick that picture or photo on our vision board, and we'd also write down our goals.
our 2018 goals, being able to travel
multiple times a year.
Getting
the office was one of them.
Getting the office one of them.
Yeah. Which we're in right now.
Yeah.
This is the office.
Yeah. The office.
Yeah. And I think another one is getting more vendors
to partner
up with our
and then we
businesses.
also reached like our revenue goal too, which was
Cool.
tripled over the last year, which is amazing.
Wow.
So now like going forward to like 2009, we're hoping even double that. That would be great.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to help other people, like, you know, solve their problems, whether it be like for the events industry
or even grow their business, because I know, or we know, that having a business and also getting your business out there is tough.
Oh yeah, it is.
There's a lot of competition, but if you can partner up with somebody that is reputable
and has that strength
and
knowledge,
and basically being able to market, then it's gonna help those businesses a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we can provide.
Yeah. So whoever's like partnered with us, I see them, not only us like going to the next level, but they'll be going to the next level too.
Yeah.
Community over competition. Like I believe so strongly in that, because you can't do it by yourself.
True.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like a lot of entrepreneurs, like that's their biggest mistake, is that they think that they can do it alone. And they can do everything by themselves when you can't. It's impossible.
It's so true.
You need a
but
team.
yeah, even just in life, right?
Yeah.
Some people, they're too prideful to ask.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, you just can't get anywhere if you just keep to yourself, right? So
don't let
there's
pride get
always-
in the way.
Yeah, there's always people that can help you move forward and grow. So. And you used to work at a law firm, and then what did you used to do?
Well, I still work for the city of Calgary.
Okay.
So basically, my expertise is in IT. So I've been in the industry for almost 10 years.
I think more than 10 years now.
Yeah, more than 10 years probably. I went to school at SAIT. I took the Information Technology and Network Systems. Then I did the degree program, and I took the Network Management Systems there. And from there, I worked at SAIT. I worked at an oil and gas company. Now I'm working for the city of Calgary. So basically, I've seen it all. I've seen what technologies are
being implemented,
and also what leading technologies, they call it, are. So meaning, what's the leading technologies? With the expertise that I have and the background, I can use those knowledge and transfer it over to the business itself.
Yeah, and you mentioned, Camille, earlier that you're going to school. What exactly you're going to school for?
So I'm doing business management,
okay,
which is really relevant to what I'm doing now. So I'm focusing more on like marketing stuff. Like I want to do more marketing and more I guess more like professional speaking as well, because I like teaching people.
Yeah.
So not only am I doing the business, but I'm also going to school and juggling the kids and family and stuff. So.
Pretty much super mom.
Yeah.
You're just super mom. Super mom. Are you sure it's not under there? Not wearing uniform right now.
I only have a tank top.
Yeah. What is your ultimate goal?
Like what I said earlier, is like our vision is to be a platform or a marketplace where it can basically sustain itself. And from there be able to help a bunch of vendors and also help clients as well, right? And long term for our family,
like personal goal,
I guess. Is to have basically either have more freedom, financially free. Like maybe even teaching our kids to be open-minded and also always be gritty.
Do you say greedy?
Gritty.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
So basically what that means, gritty, is basically when you're grit is if there's a obstacle or challenge, you're gonna persevere no matter what. So that's what it means. So let's say there's a wall that you hit, then no matter what you do, you're not gonna give up. You're just gonna
go under it, you go around it,
you go through it,
you go around it. You basically do anything.
Just find anything
to never ever give up.
This is why I love meeting with people like with this mindset, because I always learn something every time.
Definitely.
Right? So there's always something to be learned.
Definitely.
When you create goals, do you aim for more realistic goals or higher goals?
We do a little bit of both.
Both.
So you have to. So what we do is we have a high goal. So say for example, it's like a nice car, right? How are we going to achieve that car using like small steps to achieve it, kind of thing, right?
We'll have like a daily goal. that we prioritize.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure that, hey, let's say this task has to be done. So that would be our daily goal, so we can meet our weekly goal.
Okay.
So if we can meet our weekly goal, we can meet our monthly goal. And from there, if we can meet our monthly goal, we can meet our yearly goal.
What advice would you give to people who are just starting out in their business?
I think it would be just to stay focused.
Laser focus.
Yeah, when you start, like just keep staying in one spot. We've seen entrepreneurs who like kind of like branch out too much, and it's not really that good because you wanna, if you have too many like, I don't know how to say it. Shiny object syndrome. Yeah, so like basically if you see someone else like, oh, I think that idea might work, I'm going to try that, and then you see another person like, oh, I'm going to try that, then you're not focused on what you're really trying to accomplish.
That's true.
Yeah, for me, I noticed like being consistent is huge, especially with social media. If they see that you're posting every day, right, then they're going to be like, oh, these people are active, like it'll eventually get your name out there if you're consistent all the time.
As an entrepreneur, you'll know what your strengths are, strengths or weaknesses. So for me, I'm not the creative side, so I'm more of the technical, back end IT person, right? That's why Camille and I, that's where we're an awesome duo, because I know the technical side, where I create the website, I do the email,
you do the accounting
the finance, all that stuff, right?
It's a one-man show. Super win, one-man show.
And from there, like I have my weaknesses, so I know that, hey, I can't do what Camille can do, and like vice versa.
Yeah, the creative side I do, like I handle the customers like directly, because I don't know why, but like I guess I'm a girl, they trust me more.
And I think that because you basically know what they want.
Yeah, I guess. The trending.
Yeah,
what's
the trend
trending,
and all that stuff, so that's why.
Every entrepreneur, we all know, you guys read books. What would be your guys' favorite business book and non-business book, so your go-to book?
There's a lot. It's hard to pick one, just like, one.
So I think Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, that one is a really good one.
I think it's a norm. Like it's like a must read.
Yeah.
Because from that book, you realize that, hey, there's kind of like a category that you can say. There's the person that is rich and the person that is poor. There's the person who's very educational but still poor, and there's a person that never graduated, education, like post-secondary education, but is very rich. So just having that kind of like a mindset shift make you realize that, oh, you don't have to go to school to be wealthy.
I feel like that book is like the book that changes people's lives.
Oh yeah,
because like almost every entrepreneur that I've spoken to is like Rich Dad Poor Dad. Have you heard about that? I was like,
yes. There's also another one by Dale Carnegie, the How to Influence Friends.
That one's a good one too.
Yeah. Or How to Get Friends and Influence Others.
That one's really good.
Driven is like one of my favorites too.
I haven't heard of that one
before. So
Maybe
Robert Herjavec, the guy from Shark Tank, and Dragon's Den.
For Robert Herjavec, he's
relatable.
He's relatable to me because he's an immigrant, so basically couldn't speak English at all when he came here.
His story is amazing.
His backstory is just really phenomenal because you read his like story and like how he became where he is now. It was a long journey for him, but he made it work.
And you don't really know like how people got the way they are unless like you read their book or you hear their story. And it's pretty crazy, like in just the book, like you're like, wow, this is how they got started.
That's so true. You don't actually know their struggles. Or what was their turning point in their life that was like, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna do this. What did you guys think was your turning point? Do you have one?
I think it was our daughter.
Yeah, it was Serenity for sure.
Yeah, because you guys had her at a young age.
Yeah, we were still in school, so I was at State and he was at State.
Oh,
yeah.
School. Okay,
so
like post-secondary.
Yeah, post-secondary.
Okay.
But we were still like in our teen years.
Yeah.
And like I was in the middle of like finishing, like halfway, and Mick was almost done.
I was almost done.
Yeah, like our parents were just telling us like, oh, I don't think this is a good idea. Like I'm like, I can't do anything. She's here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I had to push through like basically like school, being pregnant, and like judgmental people will look at you and be like, oh, she's pregnant and in school, I don't wonder how that's gonna go, kind of thing. But it kind of pushed me forward to prove them wrong, especially like when it came to our family. like there was a lot of doubt that I wasn't able to do it, and now I'm graduated with a diploma.
There you go.
Right? To school again.
Yeah, and I'm going to school again, and I was pregnant again second time.
Yeah.
So I'm always pregnant.
What hobbies do you guys like to do outside of
Traveling. Like,
oh yeah, definitely
we
traveling.
like traveling.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, yeah, the experience. I don't know if you've seen like the Bucket List family. Have you heard of them on YouTube?
I've heard of them, yes.
Yeah, so basically they're a full-time, well, not anymore,
Journalists.
but they were like a full-time traveling family.
Mhm.
And just the way like their kids interact with different cultures and different people around the world, like it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Like there's no prejudice, there's no bias or anything like that. Like they're just open. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to teach our kids too. It's just to be open with the world.
Yeah, I know how you guys feel.
Yeah.
Because I love traveling so much.
Yeah. It's like, why does it have to be so expensive?
I know, right? Well, that's why you just gotta like increase your
Yeah,
income or
exactly.
like make it work so that you can reach
Yeah.
those goals. So,
Exactly.
That's right,
yeah. So the next question I have for you guys is, what do you guys think sets apart entrepreneurs that fail or are successful, or like they think about the idea and they just don't get started?
They call it entrepreneurs.
Oh, is that what it's called?
It's like just having an idea but not actually pushing
Execution.
through.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, but then once you do, then you become an entrepreneur. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Sometimes it just takes them a little longer.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Is like when you're starting up, like you have to take into account like financial wise, like are you going to be okay pursuing it? You can't just jump in without having the risk reward factor, because that's what Mick did for us. Because I was when we were starting up, like I had the full-time job. Like if I was to come off the labor board or whatever, then what would happen, right? Because we have kids. It's not like we can just
Quit our jobs.
not consider the risk, right? That's one mistake that people think is like, you can do it full time, but it doesn't guarantee that you'll be successful unless you have like a backup plan.
We always had to make sure that family is always first.
Yeah.
And if we just both quit and go full time in this business, then what's gonna happen to our, our assets, our house, car, our kids, right? So
And the fact that I'm going to school too, it's like, how are we going to pay for that?
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Realize that, okay, here's the risk and reward, and from there, we can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you're actually an entrepreneur, like being consistent, like I said earlier, is key. Being focused.
Focus, laser
Laser focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even like I said earlier, grit. Like you have to be gritty, because
Like even through the hard times.
through the hard
Cry
times.
if you have to.
Yeah. Because no matter what, there's gonna be always a challenge, and you gotta be able to find a solution for it.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna know everything at the very beginning, but if you can leverage other people, like what I said before, or find a mentor, then you're gonna get there one step at a time.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any upcoming events?
Yeah, so we're expecting to have a seminar and a showcase for all of our vendors on April 7th. It's still in the works right now, but we'll have like a finalized date on either our Facebook, Instagram, and location and time. So I think this will be really helpful for people who just went through like all of the wedding fairs that occurred in February. We have the seminar that's basically going to coordinate you through the the planning of your wedding. So that's what we're going to have. It's going to be like a full day seminar. We're planning to have like snacks and food, breaks, and stuff like that. And then you'll have a chance to meet all of our vendors, because right now we have over 20 vendors, which is crazy.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah. So it'll be a good chance to meet with really, really good local vendors. It will be, you'll get to meet with them one-on-one, ask any questions that you'll have for them.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So
that's still in the works, but pending date is April 7th, I believe. But if it does change, then we'll tell people.
Yeah. We'll let people know.
Yeah.
Well, my final question to you guys is, for people that want to get in touch with you and are interested in what you guys do, or want to become a vendor, or just want your guys' products, how can they reach you?
So main thing is they can just go to our website. So on our website we have like a consultation. So either if you want to meet with us, you just you'll see our calendar and whenever we're available.
Yeah, and our website is www.memorablecreations.ca. She'll put it down.
Yeah.
Somewhere here.
And then our Instagram is also at Memorable Creations YYC because we're in Calgary. And Facebook, you can look up Memorable Creations Inc. It'll all be there. So yeah, we're pretty accessible.
On Google, I think if you just type in Memorable Creation Incorporated in Google, in Calgary, you'll see us, Memorable Creation. Cool. We should be the first one.
We should be the only one.
We should be. I've kind of seen your guys' process or your progress along the way. So I'm honestly I'm super proud of you guys.
Thank you.
So I just want to thank you both for being for coming on our channel and being willing to let us interview you.
Yeah, so thanks for having us. And hopefully we can have more business related stuff too.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more of it, local YYC entrepreneurs,
hit the like button,
comment down below,
or subscribe.
Yay!
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Bye bye.